girls, it's Ella here and I'm with a special guest today. This is my friend Lainee, who's come all the way down from the Wirral to Bournemouth to spend the weekend with me. So this is going to be a brand new feature on my channel. We are calling it Tea-à-tete. Get the joke? So witty. So basically what this is going to be about is just a little chance to have a sit down and have a chat and get yourself a cup of tea, although in this case I'm drinking coffee, but Lainee's drinking tea, so proper tea, so you know I'm not fraudulent or anything. So if you haven't got yourself a beverage, it doesn't have to be tea, it could be coffee, it could be a cocktail, anything you like. A glass of wine is a favourite, or gin. We like gin. We like gin. So pause the video, go and get yourself something to drink, and then come and sit down with us and we'll have a little chat. So today's topic for the first ever episode is going to be turning 30. So if you've not turned 30, this might give you a little indication of what's to come, and if you're already 30, you can sit and laugh along with us. Now you've got a couple of years on me, haven't you?
Doesn't need pointing out.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I'm past the trauma of turning 30 and I'm living in my 30s.
She is in her 30s. I'm only 30, like just, so I think I can still get away with being about, I don't know, 20, 20, I think I can pass for 28.
I still claim you're only as old as the man you're feeling, and I've got a young one, so
she's a cougar, she's got a little toy boy.
He will be made to watch this, obviously.
Yes, there is that.
He loves being a fab girl.
He does love being a fab girl. He's my biggest male fan. Only male fan, probably.
Only one who admits it.
Only one who will admit it, yeah.
Obviously, everyone else is a bloke.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how are you finding being in your 30s?
Oh, God. Turning 30 was horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, I was in probably the worst place ever, and it's that age where you stop and go, I intended to do this, this, and this by the time I'm 30. And I was recently dumped. I was struggling in work because I'd been in a car crash and I had nerve damage. I was on a lot of painkillers. I couldn't drink for my 30th. We had to cancel my party plans. And I spent the evening on my 30th alone with my brother and his girlfriend in the lounge. And you kind of disheartened. And I was renting and sharing a house with two blokes. I was in a job, which I was just in because it was a job. I'm still in that job, but I'm less bothered. Yes, but 32, that's been cool. I have a man, I have a house, my own house. You don't need a man to get a house. That's the one thing I've done. I was doing the whole thing of I'm going to get married, get a house, get kids, and then I'll be 30. And then I was 30.
Without any of that?
Yeah, none of it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely none of it. And it really mattered. But luckily for me, I had a wonderful friend who went, yes, but I have all that. What did you do in your 20s? I didn't. And I went, oh, you missed out on so much.
There you go.
So that's my perspective. I was like, I have to think that now. I didn't have all those things by 30, but I don't think I wanted them in my 20s.
Yeah.
Because when I realised I did want them, I've got them. So
see, the difference is like you might have a house now, but you live up north, and the property prices are significantly different.
Oh, it's massive difference.
For what she's paid for her 3-bedroom semi with a garden, garage, conservatory, all this stuff. You could probably get a 1-bedroom flat in parts of Bournemouth and Poole.
Well, I mean, if not, you could rent a shed.
You could rent a shed. In the slightly scummier parts of the area, then you could probably get a little bit more. But then, who wants to do that? So, yeah. And her house is lovely. I've been there, and it's a really nice place. So you're quite lucky geographically. But no, I'm completely the same. I was like, oh, I have to be married by the time I'm 30. And this was a big, like, sort of bone of contention within my life. And people were like, you need to stop placing so much emphasis on turning 30 because it's just a number.
But and you can't, when it happens, especially because all your friends were similar age and everyone's doing it as well. Mm-hmm. We had so many dinners of, like, you kind of review your life. We sat around so many times going, oh, well, I haven't done this, but you've done that, and you've done this. And then we came to the conclusion that actually the one thing we all had in common was a steam mop.
I haven't even got a steam mop.
Oh, but it's okay because they're fun the first week and then it's still a chore. It's very good, and no, you don't have to carry a bucket. But really, when we were sitting around and realised our conversations had become about mops, we kind of went, maybe we're ready to turn 30.
This is what being in our 30s entails, talking about domestic chores.
Because even my friends who've gone with not having kids and getting a dog, apparently the same issue, but everything is poo.
Well, as you can see in the background, we've got some chinchilla cages.
They also do poo.
They poo a lot. and they've decided not to join us for today. So I don't have any kids, but I do have 4 furry mouths to feed, and they are sometimes like naughty children. They are insane. But I mean, it was quite hard for me because one of my best friends, who I've known since I was 11, she's been married for 5 years now. Her daughter turned 1 yesterday, and you're just like, oh, she's living the living the dream, as it were. And
so it's a hen night and she can't come, and then you're like,
well, that's true. Yeah, I was like, oh, what's that? You have to stay in because you can't get a babysitter. Sucks to be you.
Oh, that's it. I can still travel the country and go and see my friends, and I think actually, I mean, I suppose if I had a child, I'd probably stick it up its mouth and bung me in the car.
Because it's you. It's nothing to do with your age or having a child or not. But no, I had, because obviously everyone in my school year or my university year, the more or less the same age, you tend to go obviously to uni with people that are your age, perhaps a year old if they've taken a gap year. So my 2 housemates from uni got married, both of them got married last year, not to each other. But then I had to come all the way up to I had to go to Lancaster for the first wedding, or near Lancaster, and then the reception was in Lake Windermere.
Yes, you got wet, went swimming.
We did go on Lake Windermere, but it wasn't in the lake itself. And then the other one was in Derbyshire, so it's a good 4-hour drive, and that was a really good opportunity to go and see Lainee actually, and then shenanigans happened. But the thing is, they got married a matter of months before they both turned 30, and I'm just like, is there something in this? And of course there's been a spate of people having babies in the last 2 years.
See, that's what I've had, but now they've all got toddlers, and I'm quite happy not to have a toddler.
Yeah, I'm quite happy not to have a toddler.
30, everyone having babies, they're gorgeous, we pass them around, they're brilliant accessory, and then it cries, and then you give it back.
Yep.
And if it's your own, you can't do that.
Absolutely. I've looked after my godson once in 3 years. He's 3 now. One time I looked after him. I did have to change his nappy when his mother assured me that wouldn't be a... Unfortunately, children don't conform to that kind of,
no,
whether it's convenient or not.
Well, no,
what else?
Food for me.
What else have we got mothers for?
I thought shopping and the fun stuff.
Yes, definitely.
The place to run away to and eat all the chocolate cake and eat how much you want, and then be sent home to your actual parents.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that if I do this to my friends' children, if I ever have children, it will happen back to me, because revenge is common amongst us.
Yeah.
Like buying everyone noisy toys.
Oh, you're one of those, aren't you? You're one of those people that...
Not in my house, and there's one of those ones where you have to find a screwdriver to take the batteries out, and the noise is constant.
If you ever buy any of my children noisy toys, I go, oh, thanks, just what they wanted, and they will be donated. Only because I won't believe in it going in the bin. They will be donated to quieter houses. I'll donate it to someone who I don't like.
You look like you sleep. This is for you.
Yeah, enjoy. But I think now I've turned 30 and I don't have any of those things again. I don't have my own house.
But I didn't, and it's like you look at where we are now, and it's so much happens in a year, and it's actually that realisation of, do you actually want it? Is that really where you want to be? Because I
do though.
Yeah, but you think you do.
Well, no, I know I do. Well, you do some sort of reverse psychology on me.
No. What you really want to do is travel up north.
Oh, I forgot I wanted to travel up north. Silly me.
You want to explore the UK.
Yeah, she wants
all the men and
she wants me to come to Cheshire. Yeah, but I've got to say a northern man.
They're quite nice.
No, they are nice.
They buy sparkles.
Oh, they're sparkly. Yeah. No, I do not discriminate against northern men. Usually,
it's just southern men.
Do you know it's just men in general?
Stingy men I have an issue with.
Yeah, well, goes without saying, but it's hard enough to find somebody in whether they're northern, southern, foreign. It doesn't matter.
The best advice I ever got was don't look, and it'll land on your lap. It didn't quite land on my lap. It hit me in the head with a rugby ball.
Oh.
So it's close.
I got hit in the face with a rugby ball, and I got hit in the eye with a cricket ball when I was a child, and I didn't get a boyfriend out of it. Your theory.
That's because you couldn't see.
Your theory is flawed.
Yes, you're turning 30.
I turned 30. I am 30. It's not as terrible.
It only happened yesterday in a spa.
Yeah. We went to a spa yesterday to celebrate my birthday, even though my birthday was like 2 weeks ago.
You're allowed to milk it, you're 30. You always get a week for your normal birthday, so you get 2 for 30.
I think so. I think that's how it works.
I'm having 3 for my 40th, to confuse people.
You should have 4 for your 40th.
Well, then I should have had 3 for my 30th.
Well,
but one day was enough suffering.
Well, exactly. If you had a bit of a crappy 30th birthday experience, you're definitely not going to eke it out to 3 days. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, it's not been as bad as I thought. Obviously, I've had those kind of thoughts. Oh my God, I'm a genuine adult now. You know, in your 20s, you're still a kid, really. Even in your late 20s, you can kind of get away with it. When you become 30, you're just like, oh my God, I'm a whole new tick box on the census.
Oh, that was actually the most traumatic thing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Changing age group.
Are you 25 to 29? No, I'm not. Stop rubbing it in.
But it's okay, because now if you go to they ask you about more middle-aged stuff, so you're still on the young end, you can answer older surveys and still tick the bottom box.
Yeah, but then you've got to answer things about all like domestic.
Yes, but I own a steam mop, so I can.
Oh, I forgot you own a steam mop. I own a dustbuster. In fact,
see, there you go. You have a product.
I was the one that introduced my mother to dustbusters. True story. You know, I was just like, check this bad boy out, and she's like, this is amazing. And if you have chinchillas, you need a dustbuster to clean around the cage at least twice a day. So
my rabbits.
Like children, rabbits, you know, who needs
anything that's a poo flicker.
Yeah.
We just got called 16.
We just got called. You sound like 2 16-year-olds. So you know, I think that's a job well done, personally. Yeah. So, you know, to summarise, it's not been so bad, but then all the issues that I've had at 29 are still there at 30. I thought it would be a lot more traumatic than it is. I didn't have my first breakdown until about 4 days after the actual event, and nothing for the first, 3 weeks or so before I did turn 30. So that was
I was one of the first ones to turn, because my birthday's in September.
Right.
All my friends were after me, and so we had all the conversations of it's going to be traumatic, we're all turning 30. And then I did, and it was really bad, and I was like, oh, and it kind of stayed with us, and but I would say it was more of a panic beforehand, and then it happened, and then I was like, oh, it's the same as
See, I'm January, so I'm kind of bam smack in the middle of everyone I know turning 30. But it wasn't as traumatic as I thought, and actually, and this might sound strange to some people, but being 30 and being 29 aren't actually that different. Who knew?
Well, no one in their 20s.
Like literally for 18 months before, I was just like, I'm going to be 30 in 18 months, make it stop, and now I'm 30, I'm just like,
see, that's what I realised, is like, I had all that worry, and then I was just like, I turned 30, and I was like, and I haven't got this, and this, like, I've not got a house, I'm not, where I want to be in my life, and then I went, oh, well then I should be, and within 2 years, I've sorted that out. So why, in the panic of turning 30, did I go, oh, crap, maybe I should do something about it before I turn 30.
As such sorted it out. Like, a lot of the stuff that has happened, like, you can't, like, sort out a proper relationship.
I can, because I bother to commit to one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I've never been with anyone for more than a year before I turned 30.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never been with it.
Which is why everyone says, if I wanted to be in a relationship, I could have been. I blatantly didn't, because every time there was the option, I went, I'm going to go away.
Fair enough. My longest relationship's been about 14 months, but they always leave me. No one cares.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Having said that, if I desperately wanted to be in a relationship with someone, anybody, then I probably could be. I'm not like bigging myself up, but there will
I never wanted to be with
someone
someone that it was an effort.
Exactly.
I always wanted to be with someone that I can make absolutely no effort.
Yeah.
And it's enough effort.
You'll see people and they've always got a boyfriend. Like they'll split up with someone and a week later they'll be with someone new. So you can find people that if you're just desperate to be with anybody, you'll find someone like-minded
will be with you.
But I'm so picky, so picky, and I'm pickier than my physical appearance dictates that I'm allowed to be honest.
That's not true.
No, it is true. I'll write somebody off for like the tiniest thing. I'm like, no, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Please, I met what should have been the perfect man, but he had a Birmingham accent, and I was like,
no, hate it. Hate the Birmingham accent.
It's awful.
No, couldn't do it.
Really intelligent, loads of stuff in common, really interesting.
No,
and 3 sentences in, I was like, I can't listen to you.
I like,
and then I got really shallow, and I didn't like being made feel shallow, so he wasn't good enough.
I like virtually every accent. I quite like the Liverpool. I like a Scouse accent. I like a Geordie accent. I don't mind a Welsh accent. I like a Scottish accent. I hate the Birmingham accent. I like literally it. It's like down nails on a blackboard for me because there's just something about it. Although it was voted Britain's ugliest accent.
And the thing is, I think that's probably because everyone. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it. Because even if you say something intelligent, it doesn't sound.
We're not
interesting.
bashing people from Birmingham. I'm sure they're lovely people.
But then I bash people from anywhere that's not home.
Yes, that's true. She does.
Principal.
Yes, she does.
I live with the best accent in the world. I just choose not to use it myself.
There you go. I like American accents. I like American men.
Really? Do you like an American man?
I do like American. I can't do the accent. I do like American men. Did I tell you that I said Atlanta, Georgia in a really, really bad southern accent in an interview? Couple of months ago.
Get that job.
I did not get that job.
I cannot think why.
I got a second interview.
They probably wanted to laugh again.
Probably. I didn't even say it that time. No wonder they were like, yeah, she didn't sell herself well. She didn't say Atlanta, Georgia again. So I can't do an American accent, but I love to listen to them.
Yeah, I prefer listening to different accents than trying them.
Oh, Irish accents.
It's really good. That's one of the joys of Liverpool. The semi-Irish come over, you hear it all the time.
But I don't feel grown up. I mean, I'm wearing a bloody Mean Girls t-shirt for crying out loud. I mean, how can I be a grown up? I can't look after myself, let alone children. How the hell am I going to be like any sort of mother?
You'd be surprised. 12-year-olds can do it. We saw that.
Yeah, but I just think they're the ones that bring up their kids. Really, I think there's a large family support network involved.
You've got that. Dump it on your own, mum.
Yeah, I probably will actually. Except for, well, what happens if I move? What happens if I come to Cheshire? What happens?
That's fine. You do what all the rest of us do. We dump them on Vanessa's mum.
Okay, cool. so that one's
that's where everyone's kids go.
What happens if I'm in foreign climes? What happens if I go to the States?
You make sure you're with someone who earns enough to pay for a nanny.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of someone else bringing my children up though.
But if you paid me, I would.
Well, no, I would rather, you know, in an ideal world, I'd rather work either part-time or not at all, so I can raise our children. Not, and then our children, and just so that my husband, it doesn't have to like be a millionaire or anything, but it'd be nice for him to be in a position financially where he could provide for us. And I think that's innate. I don't think that's, you know, any sort of greed.
Security is the easiest way to be happy.
Yeah. Because
that's the biggest test for anything is when you're struggling.
Yeah.
Everything's harder.
Given the choice between having a high-flying job and then paying someone to look after my children and not being able to see them grow up, and I'd happily take 5 years out of my career or 10 years out of my career, just get them to school age, and then, yeah, if they had to have like a childminder or a nanny in the evenings or something if I'm working, fine, I'm happy to go back to work after they're at least at school age, but, you know, I see my godson grow up. He's 3 now, and it seems like yesterday when he was a baby, and I'm just like, if I was a mum, I'm not going to want to miss out on that time. So, you know, again, fingers crossed.
I'm like, I don't know. I've always just assumed that I would work while there was kids, but then
I'm happy to work part-time.
My mum was at home when we were little, and I suppose the 3 of us were quite used to her being there. But
my mum worked nights. So she was at home during the day with me when I was a child.
Well, that's it. Dad worked and Mum was at home. I think I'd prefer it if both my parents had worked and split it and we had time with both.
Yeah.
I think that's what I want, is maybe I'd work 3 days a week and...
Yeah, if I could, because I do marketing, obviously, if I could do if I could do consultancy work from home on a part-time basis while raising my kids, that would be the perfect situation.
See, it's like,
not that I've planned it out or anything.
My job's quite easy. I could easily work from home because it is a computer-based job, and then just going to see clients, having clients come and see you, which is fair enough. But as Mark says, if I was in the house, I would find something other than work to do.
Probably, but it's the day and age where we can do that now. It's not like, you know, even 10 years ago you wouldn't have, this wouldn't have been a possibility.
Well, when I first started school, there was one BBC in the whole of primary school, and I was in a group of 6, and we had 10 minutes on a Friday for our class to look at a computer and play Granny's Garden. One BBC computer.
What's a BBC computer?
2 years difference. This is right. 2 years. I'm being up north where technology doesn't come very fast. Obviously.
We had Acorn computers. Do you have Acorn computers? Do you have the very Apple ones?
I remember when we had an Atari ST. Well, we didn't. There was one at work, and during the school holidays, he was allowed to bring the computer home for 1 week, and we all played Frogger on a computer.
Excellent.
It's a good game, and my Frog got run over a lot of times.
We had an Amstrad computer that was a hand-me-down from my dad's school, and it had a green display. And it couldn't play any games or anything. It was just must have been just a word processor. So nothing could happen, but I found it fascinating because it was a computer. I must have been about 6 at the time. I was like, what is this?
It's like when my dad showed me a slide rule and I was like, why would you not just use a calculator? And he went, because they didn't exist. And you're like, oh. But then if you look at how much technology has just like jumped, it's like, yeah. I was 18 before I had a mobile phone. And then
Really?
Yeah.
I was 15.
Oh, they only got me a mobile phone because my parents kind of figured I would go off to university and ring no one ever if I had to put 10p in a machine because there's something better to spend the 10p on.
I saw a phone box the other day. They still exist. It was a red phone box. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, it's like a piece of history. Going back to the whole man thing, would you move for somebody that you were in love with? If you have to think about it that long, then probably not.
It depends what the purpose of the move was. If it was for them to have a better career so I could dick about at home, then yeah. If it was, I don't know, purely because they fancied living in a different city, it would depend what it was.
Yeah.
Because I would never live in a city. I can't do that.
See,
so if they had to, they would be going. I would love them to pieces and I would commute and I would have somewhere rural, whatever. But I could never live in a city.
See, I'd like
tried it.
I'd live in a city. My ex-boyfriend lived in Cheltenham, which is about 2 hours and 20 minutes from Bournemouth. And his job meant that he basically wasn't going to give his job up. I worked from home, so I was like, oh, the easiest thing would be for me to move. So I was going to move to Cheltenham, but I knew nobody, and it's far enough away that, like, if I moved to Edinburgh or something, then you kind of make the times that you come back special occasions, I think. But if I'm 2 and a bit hours away, it's just
when I worked in Nottingham and all my friends were at home, I'd just drive back every weekend and hang out with them and then go back to work. And it meant I had no social life around work. I just did my job in the week and did my social life at home.
Yeah, so if you were living with a boyfriend and you couldn't drive back every weekend to see your friends.
See, but I've done that because obviously when John was in the RAF, we were apart most of the time and only saw each other at weekends. But that's the thing, that's what's really weird about this relationship. This is the first relationship where I've actually had to put up with him 24/7. I love you, Mark. I didn't mean put up with you.
Put up with you. Yeah.
Enjoy your company on a regular basis. This is going well for me. This bit won't be in because he will watch it and be like,
I'm not editing this out.
It's okay. We're good enough that he'll say he trashed my house while I was out of it or something.
Probably. But I would move. I was. For somebody who I really, really loved and I really saw myself having a future with, and we were going to be together forever,
I think I would move if we were both moving somewhere new. But if we were moving somewhere where he had all his mates, I probably wouldn't bother me. I'd just steal them all.
I'd still do it.
Yeah. I suppose because I've lived around enough and because our family is always opposite ends of the country.
Yeah.
There aren't that many cities left where I don't know someone.
Well, there you go. I mean,
just countries.
I think it would definitely depend on where they live. Like if they had a secure family network and they couldn't move for either they didn't, like if I was moving abroad, for instance, and
it would have been English-speaking country.
I'd rather it being an English-speaking country or something that it's not too difficult.
You don't miss your friends as much.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can, and like especially even if you're having an overseas relationship or something, there's Skype, there's text message, there's WhatsApp, there's Viber, there's social media.
You don't have to pay for the privilege anymore.
Exactly. It's not like 20 years ago where you have to write each other a letter or something, and then 5 months later it would get there.
I like getting my letters.
Well, I like getting letters, but you can send each other little care packages and stuff. It's quite fun.
I know, but you do. The one thing that's made me difficult, having been in a lot of long distance relationships and then being in one that's perpetually in my face, it's probably not the best way of describing it. I think the intimacy of having someone there all the time, yeah, we don't have as much, we don't go out on dates as much, it's not, because obviously you don't have that comfort time the same, because you do put too much emphasis when you're in a long distance relationship, when you're actually together, you think it should be a date, you think you should dress up, you make an effort, so they don't get to know you as a scruffy mess. That's what you do with your friends. They're sitting on the sofa monging out.
Yeah.
Which is the gift of a good relationship.
That's true.
Farting on each other and whatnot. All that intimate stuff that you just say for your friends if you're not in a good relationship.
You fart on your friends?
Have you met my friends?
No.
Would you not fart on that? I would fart on that. He'd love that.
No one has ever asked me that question before. Or any variation thereof.
Oh, let's go through all the bad questions. Before you turned 30, had you weed on a urinal?
No! Who does this? Who are you?
Rugby tours.
I was on a rugby tour. I never had to wee in a urinal.
You were in the wrong place.
Clearly it was in the wrong place.
We also played in those lovely places where it was it was a blokes pitch and they'd only newly got a women's team and there was only men's changing rooms.
Excellent.
And literally the toilets were urinals because it was a blokes clubhouse.
Was it? You were at Derby, weren't you? Derby University. Nottingham. We met actually playing rugby. There's a whole other dislocated shoulder story which we're not going to go into, but that's how we met playing rugby and we kept in touch. So we weren't even.
Frankly, I was nice to the opposition.
She was really nice to me. So so we didn't play in the same team together. We didn't go to uni together. We just kept in touch after university. If you were at Nottingham, you must have played. I'm sure it was Derby. There was one where it was like a changing room at one end and a changing room at the other end, and in the middle was a shower thing. Like Derby.
Yeah,
I think it was, and like literally, like a lot of the girls were just like, it was after a match they were changing, and the boys had had a match, and they were at the other end, and all the girls were like, oh my god! I was like, oh for God's sake! Just whipped my towel off, just went in the shower. I was just like, do you know what? I'm not an exhibitionist particularly, but I was just like,
there was one place we went to, and there was only the bath, and there was like one communal bath that you were allowed to get into.
Excellent.
And we'd never experienced that before, and lads were like, oh yeah, that's normal, and we're like, but there wasn't a shower, and we were all muddy, and we passed around a packet of baby wipes and cleaned ourselves off, ate food, and all went home, and it was me and the kind of girls went, drive faster, we need to wash.
That can't be hygienic.
Men aren't.
What? Some are.
They are now. They were, yeah.
That cannot be hygienic. No, I don't like that. Ooh. No.
Yeah, that's what they faces we all went and we're like, oh, there's a bath. There's nothing else. Let's just go.
Don't get me wrong. I don't mind sharing a bath with people. Normally one other person, or a shower. That's nice too.
See, jacuzzis are fine, but
a bath
is weird. A bath is.
I don't know. I think it can be really relaxing. Although one of you is going to end up at the tap end. That's the problem.
That's why they have those baths with taps in the middle now.
Well, you know that the person that ends up at the tap end is never me. Chivalry isn't dead. I'm not asking you to. You'll have a shower with me though, right?
Anytime.
Yeah, I thought so.
Teamwork.
Should we wrap this up?
Yeah. This has gone horribly wrong. Anyway, you turn 30, get told you're 16, and there you go, you become a 16-year-old.
The long and the short of it is turning 30 is a little bit shit, but it could be worse. Good summary?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Go with that.
So that is all for this edition of Tea-a-tete. Tea-a-tete. Have you drunk all your tea?
No, not quite.
We should technically say she's drunk all her tea, but we're not going to because I'm lowering the tone. People to see, places to go.
True.
Thank you so much to Lainee for joining me in this inaugural. Is that the word? Inaugural?
I'd say experimental.
Experimental.
She's going to learn from this. It's better to blog alone.
Yeah.
So you can't control it.
Next time you see me in my tea-a-tete, I'll realise it's just me. Don't worry, no crazy people. Apart from me, are around.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for agreeing to join me in this. I think it has been an experience.
Yeah.
I think the watchers will agree. Let me know if you want to see Lainee again.
You would not believe how much gin it took to convince me to do this the first time.
That's all from this week. Thanks for watching. Bye. I found that.
And now they want to be in.
It's Dusty. It doesn't like my voice. You get a C for participation, Dusty.